This paper will show you an observation of an MNC and an ADR for the year 2018 and whether they would be good additions to a portfolio. We have chosen Diageo plc as our ADR and Molson Coors as our MNC. We will strive to explain each company's currency exposures, risk factors, hedging, and stock performance. Through our analysis, we have determined that Diageo plc would be a good addition to a portfolio, but Molson Coors would not be. We will explain further how we came to this conclusion in the rest of this paper.
Molson Coors Brewing Company is the multinational corporation, MNC, that we chose. This means that Molson Coors is a corporate organization which owns or controls production of goods or services in at least one country other than its home country. Molson Coors is headquartered in Denver, Colorado. They are mostly known for brands such as Coors, Miller, Keystone, Barman, Colorado Native, and Blue Moon. Molson Coors is exposed to 5 different currencies from around the world, such as the euro, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, Great British pound, and the Swedish krona.
Diageo plc is the ADR that we chose. This means that the company's stock is traded in the United States but represents a specific number of shares. It is an alcoholic beverage company that is headquartered in London, United Kingdom. They are mostly known for making beverages such as Smirnoff, Johnnie Walker, Baileys, and Guinness.
Molson Coors' first major currency exposure is the euro. Molson Coors' costs to their suppliers in euros totals $8.63 million. Molson Coors currently has no customers that pay in euro, so this results in a short net position in euro. The second major currency exposure is the Canadian dollar. Molson Coors' cost to their suppliers in Canadian dollars totals $7.19 million. Similar to the euro, Molson Coors does not currently have customers that pay in Canadian dollars, so this also results in a short net position in Canadian dollars. Molson Coors' third major currency is the Japanese yen. They have one supplier that they pay in Japanese yen, which totals to $18.1 million, resulting in another short net position. Molson Coors' fourth currency exposure is to the Great British pound. Once again, Molson Coors only has one supplier that they pay in pounds. This totals to $0.66 million, resulting in another short net position. Molson Coors' final major currency exposure is to the Swedish krona. This totals to $111.64 million, which results in a long net position. Molson Coors is not exposed to foreign currencies when doing business in the United States. However, it was necessary to show US dollars in this figure to show where the majority of their revenues come from. Molson Coors has 7 suppliers and 7 customers in their home country that they do business with. This totals to $901.94 million in profit for Molson Coors, which results in a long net position in US dollars.
Diageo is exposed to 25 different currencies and operates all over the world. Because of this, I chose to talk about its 3 biggest exposures: the euro, United States dollar, and the Japanese yen. It has 11 customers and 13 suppliers that are denominated in euro. And the net position is negative 35.97 million euro, which causes a short position. The second biggest exposure is the United States dollar. Diageo plc currently has 7 customers and 7 suppliers denominated in dollars. The net position is $61.8 million. Therefore, the company is long dollars. Lastly, the Japanese yen is Diageo's third biggest currency exposure. It only has 6 customers and no suppliers dominated in yen, with a long position of 2,337 yen.
Molson Coors has financial foreign exchange forward contracts in place to manage their exposure to foreign currency fluctuations. They use forwards to hedge against all five major currencies they are exposed to. They have financial commodity swap and option contracts in place to hedge changes in the price of natural gas, aluminum, corn, barley, and diesel. According to their 10K, Molson Coors hedges these things up to 60 months at a time. Molson Coors is clearly aware of all of the different risks they are exposed to when it comes to selling and purchasing from companies that have a different home currency. They are most definitely proud of the ways they hedge because of how in-depth they explain their hedging techniques in their 10K. Molson Coors started the year 2018 with a stock price of $82.24. They ended the year 2018 with a stock price of $56.16. This shows that their stock price fell by 46.5% over the year of 2018. According to the Motley Fool, Molson Coors' continuous decline in stock price over the year was due to a significant error in their income statements in 2016 and 2017. Their tax liability was significantly understated for 2 years, which caused a higher amount of income and drove the stock price up. This has resulted in 3 class action lawsuits, which has investors running scared, causing the stock price to drop drastically. Molson Coors and the S&P 500 are positively correlated at about 0.3532 for daily returns. Their percent change moved in the same direction for the most part, just by different amounts. Molson Coors' beta is 0.78, which means that it is 78% more risky than the market. This is most likely from the company's high volatility in stock price.
Since Diageo is exposed to many currencies, this provides a natural hedge against some countries' currencies that may be volatile. Diageo does have a hedging program though. They use cross-currency interest rate swaps, forward contracts, fair value hedge, and cash flow hedge. As seen in the correlation matrix, Diageo's efforts to hedge their risk against currencies is well thought out and implemented due to the very low correlations that their stock price and currency measures have. Diageo plc ADR started January 2nd with a stock price of $141.80 and ended the year on December 31st, 2018 with a price of $145.18. Over the year, the price fluctuated often and never maintained a predictable return for the next month. At one point, the price was as high as $151.08 and as low as $131.94, with a standard deviation of weekly returns at 2.15%. As you can see in the chart, Diageo and FTSE 100 are slightly positively correlated at about 0.43 for daily returns. Their percent change move in the same direction for the most part, but not the amount that it changes in. Diageo's beta is 0.47, which means that it is only 47% riskier than the market. This can be primarily due to the company's low volatility in stock price.
After careful analysis, we conclude that Diageo would be a great addition to a well-diversified portfolio. Diageo has very little volatility with an upward movement in stock price, which would be beneficial for an investor. Also, because of its natural hedge and hedging program, the stock price is almost unaffected by currency prices. We conclude that Molson Coors would not be a good addition to a well-diversified portfolio because of its continuous decline in stock performance. While Molson Coors does have a hedging program in place that works against currency fluctuations, their declining stock price is causing investors to run, which is causing the price to drop even more.